My nervous system was not ready yet. Hey all, I am VictorÜ. I help provide insight to empower. And today I wanted to talk about a real life example of what we call manifestation and what can actually hinder it. Towards the end of the video, I'm also going to provide a helpful exercise and what's called a remote healing to help you down-regulate, maybe more embody what your nervous system is actually feeling, and hopefully remove some of the blocks to help you make space for the life that you want to live. So what do I mean when I say my nervous system wasn't ready for it? Well, there have been a lot of wants and desires and needs that have gone unmet in my life, and they stem from early childhood trauma, and it's been a long journey to heal my mind and the way I regulate my emotions. But most of all, what I've been overlooking and underestimating has been my nervous system. So in a relationship, let's say, because I've been wanting to find, the person of my dreams for a long time, and I've been wanting to get married and stuff. Whenever I would be in a relationship, I would either go avoidant or become very anxious. If you're looking to study up on that, there's a book called Attached, which focuses on attachment theory. And, knowledge really is power here. But the lesson from that, the takeaway, was that my nervous system is dictating what I can hold space for. So if I want a lot of money, if I want, a new car, if I want to start a business or do retreats or just overcome, or if I wanted to, overcome my depression, my anxiety, my PTSD, the thing that has been dictating, or at least been the measuring tool or the yardstick for my progress and where I'm currently at, has been my nervous system. And what I mean by this is probably the most important thing that I could ever impart. And that's, again, coming back to those relationships, going anxious, going avoidant, avoiding intimacy, or being very anxious around losing intimacy. It's centered around being the love, being that which I want most. So for me, early on, I learned that having needs, or like for food, for a safe, predictable environment, these things are not available, and one must learn to live despite not having them. And it was very intense growing up, and it got more intense because I got used to that. That was the norm. So the next logical step, going from a very unpredictable environment in my childhood to going to a high school that divided, that was in between two rival gang neighborhoods, and going to high school in that environment, and then going to the Marine Corps Infantry and deploying twice to Afghanistan. It's been one stepping stone after another in terms of perpetuating an unpredictable environment and living in my body in a nervous system that was attracted to that was used to that, and therefore wasn't used to the things that would bring me stability and love and a really nice life, right? You ever heard of the term, you can't have nice things that's something that I was living, even in being in my own body. So what helped me, there have been a lot of things and a lot of people who have helped me. One of the core beliefs that I've had growing up was we have to do everything on our own, which I got from my dad. But I mean, that's how I've done things. So it was very easy to orient myself towards isolation, and perpetuate a lot of bullshit in there. But what helped me most recently was I was on a job fixing an ice machine or servicing an ice machine out by Wisconsin, and there was this really pretty girl, and I really liked her. Yeah, I wanted to like ask her out, but there was all this stuff about like not being professional and like unwelcome sexual advantages, whatever. But like, really, what it boiled down to was that anxiousness. I've learned and I'm learning that the way to approach somebody that you like is securely. You have to be really secure in yourself. If you're putting off this energy that like, oh, I'm really nervous and I'm anxious and oh, I'm not good enough, and that's what the person is going to pick up on. Even if they don't know it, their nervous system is going to pick up on yours and either perpetuate my low self-esteem, or if I'm really embodying myself, one, that can go one of two ways. One, I can realize and become aware, like, fuck, like this, I'm reacting to this person in a way that's making me very anxious and nervous. So how is that going to play out? Even if she says yes to me and we go out and all this other stuff, there's going to be so much anxiety there. So I'm going to be perpetuating an environment, a relationship of anxiety. And so I got calm and I got still, and I kind of just envisioned myself, like, who would I have to be for her, not just for her to say yes to me, but like for me to be calm and secure in that relationship. And that's when I realized, like, the core message of this video is that our nervous system is what dictates what we can hold space for, like what we want to manifest. So if I want to manifest $1 million, but my nervous system is like, well, one, money is the root of all evil, so, and I don't want to be evil. Two, people who like win the lottery end up being broke again. And three, money amplifies all that I am. And if I believe that I'm not worthy of good things, if I can't have nice things, well, then I'm going to subvert myself. I'm going to self-sabotage and protect myself really from embarrassment, from humiliation, from a lot of really good, or not good things, but like a lot of different things, a lot of different factors. And so my nervous system has to kind of be on board. I have to believe in myself. I have to have had the experiences that lend to me believing in myself. So if I believe that I'm responsible with money and I can do a lot of good and I can bring a lot of good, I can bring a lot of happiness, not just to my life, but to the lives of others, well, then money is going to come a lot more easily to me. I'm also going to be a lot more aware of opportunities where I can increase my revenue streams. Like, I really like art. And in 5th grade, I would sell like little pieces of art for 25 cents and, fund my hot Cheeto and juice funds. So that was one way in which not only was the seed planted for artistry, like that's my art piece right there, but like there are different ways in which we can either help or hinder ourselves in seeing opportunities. And a lot of that stuff is belief and experience based. So I'd like to shift gears now and focus on the exercises. And it comes back to that girl. I didn't get her name. But she was tremendously helpful, and I'm really grateful to her, because the exercise is really just sitting with yourself, sitting with myself. I'm gonna get my belt. And this is gonna come into the remote healing part of this video. So if you'd like to join in, I'm gonna do this exercise for myself. Get centered. I'm gonna drop into my body. And this is something that you can do on your own or replay later. Start to breathe. Feel your belly right under your belly button. Open up and expand. Feel your shoulders drop. And I'm going to focus on something. And I'd invite you to focus on something that you've been holding yourself back from experiencing. More money comes to mind. A beautiful, healing relationship comes to mind. Whatever it is that you'd like, invite that in to your imagination. If it helps, you can close your eyes, but keep breathing. Let your breath be the regulator, your pacemaker, what sets your pace. So we're going to run a little experiment. So I'm going to ask, you can ask yourself, how does my nervous system feel about blank? How does your nervous system feel about what you really want to manifest? How possible does this feel for me? Right now, I'm feeling some trembling in my legs. Now, trembling is a natural way for the body to release stress. And I know it's also an indicator for me it helps me see how ready I am for something. It's telling me right now that I have a shaky foundation. So for whatever it is that I want to manifest at my highest level, I'm getting the message that my foundation is still a bit shaky. And there are ways for me to work on that. So in order for me to manifest what I would like to get into a physical, mental, emotional state of readiness, receptivity for my highest good, for the most fun and joy in my life, I need to the first steps are in working on my foundation. Self-esteem, security, creativity, feeling self-empowered, feeling like I have a voice, imagining ways in which I can increase the stability of my foundation. So in order for me to call in however much money, whatever kind of person, whatever projects in art, in clients, in work, in investments, both financial and personal, I need to work. I need to call in experiences that help me establish a solid foundation. There was something in a book I read recently about how people try to go about creating their dream life. Some people want to build a skyscraper on the foundation of a house, meaning they rush, they try to be 15 steps ahead of where they currently are. And they haven't learned yet the knowledge or the skills necessary to have a solid foundation for what they want. If you want to build the foundation for a skyscraper, for a tall building, for your dream home, how much land, metaphorically speaking, do we need to carve out? It's about a city block for a skyscraper, a small lot for a small home, a little more than basement deep. Or do you need to go 3 or 4 stories down, maybe more, to build the foundation for the life that you want? Feeling a lot more trembling, a lot more energy in my base. And this is letting me know that I am at capacity for the energy that I can hold. And it may feel limiting, it may feel discouraging, but I first must accept, and it calms down, and I first must accept where I am now and not hold it against myself that I'm not where I would like to be. So I was shaking, I was trembling there, but now I feel a lot more secure. I feel a lot of tension in my left leg, which tells me that the foundation on my feminine side, my left side, is very rigid. There's a lot of rigidity in the foundation, in my beliefs around intuition, creativity, flow, emotions and energy. Maybe also in my perspective of women. I come from a Mexican background, ethnicity, Latin background. And there are definitely some beliefs there in that part of the collective, in that collective mind. I feel a lot of tension around this part of my neck, this part of my body, this part of my field. And the shoulders are usually associated with burdens and responsibility. So what I'm getting is that there's a block here, and I know how to work on that. So this is my 5th chakra, which has a lot to do with the 4th, with my heart. So communication and expression is definitely a big thing. And I found that way of expressing my feminine energy, my yin energy, through yoga, so movement, flow of energy, and through art. Also, what I'm getting is receptivity. What am I open to? What am I not open to? What am I, and, you can think of that as like a valve. You don't have to be completely open to everything, and you don't have to be completely closed off. We get to pick and choose what it is that we would like to experience. What experiences can I be open to that would bring me a lot of joy? Because when our nervous system learns that joy is a normal part of life that we can partake in, when we make more room, if joy were a person or a friend, when we make more room for us to hang out, well, then it becomes a lot more normal, and we're not so, I'm not so damaged or nervous or anxious when that friend, has errands to run, or has to, the hangout ends. We'll hang out again soon. We'll have more experiences. And, my other friends, love, happiness, we can hang out as well. Now I have more time for them. Contentment, positivity, enthusiasm. And when my nervous system feels like a secure base to me, when, sadness or misery or anger or frustration or grief, loss come to visit me, I can remember that I am the love. And I don't need to let them, I don't give them permission to pull my strings, but I do create a place of welcome for them. I process these emotions, and in processing and having the experience of processing them, it gives my nervous system the confidence that I can process them. And so it gets a lot easier when they come in and they throw tantrums or this, that, the other. I have the internal knowing based on actual experiences that I can manage myself when the more negative aspects and experiences of life come to visit me. I'm going to direct my intention now to the healing part of this video. Simply breathe, relax. Inner pace equals inner peace, and we use our breath to pace ourselves. I allow my nervous system to become a little bit more secure, a little more at ease. A little less vigilant, and instead a little more aware, noticing the difference between these two, vigilance and awareness. I can be just as safe with a little less effort. gently open my eyes. I'm curious to know how you feel after watching this video. Feel free to drop anything in the comments below. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please like, subscribe for more. I love you. Peace.